Nigeria is very complicated. So things don't work as they should normally. Like if something is actually a solution, there's going to be another problem that'll come. But I feel like the fact that we have so many problems in Nigeria, it actually makes more room for more AI solutions. There's so much traffic in Lagos. Like AI can solve this thing. Let's say, for instance, let's say there's a street cams everywhere and there's like proper structured data on all the like traffic and stuff. Like, but I know that wouldn't work because of how Lagos is.
So one of the things you said is the reason why I asked that question, right? I think this AI craze is a wave. And a lot of people are just riding the wave because they want to make money. If you think about the Nigerian experience, no matter your age, and largely Africa, we're still at the very first principle of human existence, survival. We're still at survival.
If you're listening to this and you're not a Gen Z, you might want to turn this off.
Trigger warning.
Well, welcome to Beyond the Base podcast, and this is a podcast by Gen Zs, for Gen Zs, and anyone else who cares to listen, where we talk about business, culture, technology, and the world as a whole through young Nigerian Gen Zs.
Hi guys, and officially we welcome you to season 2 of Beyond the Base.
That's good.
Okay,
and if you guys haven't noticed, this season is sponsored by Munchies.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Beyond the Base podcast. I'm your host, the one and only Base Manolu.
And I'm Bidapo.
No.
I think let's change it this time. Yes, we all know I'm the main character.
Okay.
But then I think we're going to start calling me the polymath.
Do you really want to say anything poly in this?
No, like polymath means like you are.
No, I know, but if you know the gist going on,
that's their business. That's their business. I'm Ibidapo, the polymath, and today we have with us here
a very special guest. Right, I like to call him a young talent, right? Because I saw his stuff online, saw his content, and he also happens to work in a field that I work in, right? Which I find really interesting, and I'm also jealous of the fact that he's still an undergraduate doing really amazing things.
Yeah.
Right? So, ladies and gentlemen in the house, we have Tona Tech.
Yeah, okay. Hi, my name is Adetona, actually. It's not Tona, actually.
Yeah,
it's Tona. Everyone calls me
okay.
Tona but at this point, but like my name is Adetona, and
nice.
You can get people to call you what you want to call. Ask them, like, anytime anybody says, oh, Dapo, I'll be like, no, my name is Ibidapo. Like,
yeah,
I'm very...
It's called how it's spelled,
Yeah, that's how it's spelled on his usernames.
Oh, fair enough.
You can't really tell.
Yeah.
I mean, but you can still correct and be like, oh, yeah, it's pronounced...
Well, I've been doing it all my life, man. At this point, I'm used to it.
Fair enough.
But yeah, introduce yourself,
Okay, yeah, my name is Adetona Adegbite. I'm an undergraduate student, as I said, and I build stuff. Like, that's pretty much it. I build stuff. I like to do stuff, and I'm doing stuff right now.
Yeah, so I know. So when Baseman was like, "Oh, we're having Tona on the podcast, and this is what we're talking about," I was like, "This is actually very interesting."
Yeah.
Mainly because of the fact that you're studying computer science. We both
study computer science.
I'm not studying computer science.
Oh, what are you studying?
Yeah, that's the thing. Everyone does things I'm studying computer science for some reason.
Fair.
I'm studying information science and media studies.
Oh, but that's like the equivalent to PAU,
No.
No. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So, funny enough, right?
Yeah.
I met somebody on Thursday, either Thursday or Wednesday, that actually did like
the course I just said.
Yeah, because
nice.
he graduated from PAU in 2023, and I just saw him on the road. He was wearing a jersey. So there's this thing I do where anybody I see on the road that looks like they play football, I walk up to them and I talk to them. Right, so I walked up to him and we got talking, and he was like, "Oh yeah, he studied you said information science and media studies." Yeah, I was just like, "That's interesting. What's that about?" And then he explained it to me, and I was like, "Whoa,
I'm still quite curious of why they handle the media side of things as well."
So I was going through your TikTok, and I was like, bro, like this guy, he's coding, he's doing content motion graphics, he's doing. I'm like, bro, like this is very interesting. So it makes sense, right? It makes sense. So it's stuff you do in school.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, some of the stuff, though. Nothing too crazy, but
yeah, that's talented.
Thank you.
Talented. Yeah. So I mean, he builds software, and he also, like you're really into AI. I noticed that right in the startups you're working on, right? I know you've built like a number of products now, about 5, products.
Actually,
Yeah, but I know the one we started talking about was Alertly.
Yeah.
Right. So do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, I could.
Go on.
So let me just give a brief explanation on how it came about. So Alertly, which is now Alertly News now, right?
News. Okay.
So it's basically I was thinking okay, I like AI, but everyone has done everything with AI at this point. There's budgeting, task, all that stuff. Everyone has done it now. It's what can I now do?
Yeah.
So I did this course in school. It was I didn't like the course. I can't lie. But we did this thing called I think it was called the agenda setting theory.
Okay.
And we were talking about how what you think is important right now might actually not be actually important. Someone can just make you think it's important because I can't give an example right now, but let's say something is trending right now. It's like this Donald Trump thing. I'm not saying it's not interesting, it's not important, but it's seeming so important to us, but it might actually not be that important. We can never know. It was just something I was thinking about. So I was like, And me, I don't watch the news. I can't. I'll try. I can't read newspapers, so I get my news from TikTok now. I'm like, what if it's fake? I never know now. No, almost everyone does that.
I don't even judge. I get my news from Twitter, so
okay, exactly. No, it's almost the same thing. It's almost the same thing. So okay, what if I can make news fun and also make sure that it's legit and you're actually supposed to be hearing that news? It's not just pushing you from agenda or whatever.
Yeah.
So I built Alertly, right? So it's an AI news agent, right? So it sends you tailored, personalized news updates to you on WhatsApp because if I do email, I don't check my emails that often as well. Aside from school, I don't check my emails. So I just made it on WhatsApp because I guess I check my WhatsApp sometimes. So yeah, that's what Alertly is. But right now I'm working on it. I was trying to get it up and running before this podcast, but yeah, but it's coming back and it's coming back way better, way better than before.
Fair. I mean, hopefully by the time the episode is out, most likely.
It will be for sure.
Right?
Yeah,
it's fun. I mean, I remember being in school. I used to volunteer with different AI projects across, meeting people across the world and just running. But obviously not in Nigeria, right? Most of their use cases were fun back then. Maybe climate change or climate action or food insecurity or anomaly detection. But the most painful part was there were no AI agents then. There were no LLMs. So you were raw dogging code.
Yeah. Do you know that the LLMs came out
after we left
graduated?
School? I was so jealous.
I was just
so jealous.
It was as if we finished our final exams in July.
Yeah.
And by October.
GPT came out October, 2022.
OpenAI just dropped.
And it was.
I was just like,
because why did I waste so many hours in the library?
Yeah, I honestly don't know how I'll do my university without ChatGPT.
Don't worry, we know what it is like.
I know what it is to write 5 project proposals and your project supervisor to ask.
5?
Yeah.
I did 3.
And this woman, who I will not name, was also the HOD. And she just looked at me and was like, I don't remember discussing any of this with you. Oh, no.
No, I had a very good project supervisor. I love that.
He was chill.
He was really chill. So we had, I think for me, I'm the type of person that I don't like to be in a situation and start thinking about what I would do in that situation. So many times, the way my brain works, I concoct scenarios in my head. So during IT, right, I started thinking about. No, let me go back a bit. In my 100 level, I started thinking about what I wanted to do for my IT. When I was on IT, I started thinking about what I was going to do. Immediately I started my IT, I started thinking about what I was going to do for my projects. Yeah. And I spent...
You're a serious student. I mean, I didn't
No, it's not like I was serious. It's just that I don't like
being prepared.
Mentally unprepared for a situation. I don't like being in that place where my brain is clouded and I'm trying to sort through the cloud in that situation. It destabilizes me. So I started thinking about my projects before. And then I basically, right, just like you, that you were in a class and then you realize that, okay, this is a problem and I can also be facing that problem. How do I solve this problem for me? That's actually how I approached it. So there were 3 different ideas, right? And all were pressing problems that I was facing. One was that anytime I was going to school, right, my dad would give me a budget and okay, go and shop for school. But I did not know how to work with budgets. So it was very, very hard for me, right, to shop for school because I'm like, I need this, I need that, I want this, I want that. But I couldn't fit everything into a budget. And many times I would go back and I'm like, Daddy, this money is not enough. And he would look at me and I was like, don't worry, it's enough. Can't figure it out. So one of my like projects was that I would build like an intelligent shopping list where you put everything you need, everything you want, and then the budget you have, and then you and that shopping list, it brings out like an initial shopping list, and you're like, okay, I can work with this, and then you tweak it, right? So that was one.
You know that moment when you're chilling with friends, watching a movie, or just need something that hits the right spot? That's the moment you grab a pack of munchies.
Because let's be real, we're all a snack in our own way. Maybe you're like me. You're not in the box. Sometimes you're hot chili, you're bold, you're fiery, unpredictable. Or other times, you're a sweet surprise, you're charming, you're a vibe.
Some of us are sharp, like sour cream and onions. And some of us are simply lovable, like creamy crunch.
Like me.
But no matter the flavor of munchie that you are, munchie isn't just a snack. It's a whole vibe.
A bite of fun and flavor for every occasion.
So, grab your flavor, own your vibe. With Munch It, it is non-stop munch, non-stop fun.
The second one was actually is now even the startup I'm doing now was because I did my IT
you had
in
the
Abuja.
idea on
Yeah,
that, sis?
I've had the idea since 2021.
Oh,
Yeah. So I did my IT in Abuja because my dad lives there, and one of the major problems I had was finding a way to play football. Right, like major problem. And I was like, you know what? Maybe I should do my final year project around like a sports locator. No, not football locator, a sports locator where people can just they play basketball here at this time, they play tennis here at this time. These people run, these people swim, like all that, right? Yeah. And then the last one was supposed to be like a sharing economy app where so let's say you have a washing machine in your house, right? And I don't have a washing machine and I want to wash my clothes. That's basically Uber for washing machines, right? Okay. Yeah. So I had those three ideas and I sat down with my project advisor and I laid everything out for him. And he just looked at me and at first I laid out the sharing economy app and the football thing. And he was like, let's try the football thing. And I said, I have one more. And then I told him about that last one. He said he just took he literally just said shelved other two proposals. Like this is what we're going to work on. It was the shopping list one because I did a lot of research. I did a lot of research into sorting algorithms. I did a lot the
that had a lot more use cases for core computer science algorithms.
Exactly. Yeah, so that's why he wanted it because he said, Dr. Adubi, if you see this, I'm sorry that we never published that paper because he wanted us to publish the paper because we built it like we used two different algorithms and like mash them together to achieve an outcome, right? And he was like, no, this is something we have to write a paper about because it was something that it was a proper computer science theory. I did the space complexity, the time complexity, the runtime, trying to optimize the algorithm. Like we did all that. And I was just like, bruh, that was amazing.
Yeah, man, I can't lie. Even to date, I run away from HOD because we never published the paper. Although she made me do her own research work, so she wanted to be part of the publishing. She was breast cancer detection, right? So I built it was more like a tool for radiologists. So you pick which algorithms you want to use to detect, pick the feature selection and engineering and all of that. Well, I can't lie. After 3 months after school, we all just dipped. Because it was Remy, Kibi, and I feel bad every time I think about it, man. Because if we had that paper now, I mean, I won't use it for anything, but it's actually good. It's actually good clout. And all of that, exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
But the thing is that my supervisor is now at
is he a doctor?
School.
What's his name?
Dr. Adubi.
Oh no, I don't know him.
He's he's at the school. Like he's a proper
Oh
OG.
my god, I'm happy for him.
I'm happy for him.
I'm too happy for him, man. He should have left that place ages ago. But I know he was trying to finish his PhD.
Yeah.
But that's mad. So let's not bore everybody with too much computer science jargon. Before we continue the episode, I'm going to talk a bit more on the snack challenge, right? Where each of us picks out a card and gets to act out whatever scenario is given to them. Well, we'll play it at the end of the episode, but just to share now. So let's have it. Okay. And I'll take mine. Right. So yeah.
Okay. It's interesting.
Okay. this is good. This is good.
This is giving 30 plus, man.
Okay, I don't know how I'm going to do this.
Same, but we'll get there.
Mine is natural to me. Don't worry,
natural.
you guys will find out.
Hope it's not a repetition.
No,
So
don't
you
worry.
heard them.
Yeah.
All right, fair. So yeah, back to the episode. I was gonna ask, please pronounce your name for me again.
Tona.
Tona. Okay,
Tona.
okay, I did Tona. Oh, okay. Yeah, I was gonna ask him about his goal, right? I know he has a really nice, lofty business goal, which is to build a unicorn.
Yeah.
And as somebody that has seen Shaggy in the hands of Nigerian startups that claimed to want to be unicorns, I have a lot of reservations about that. But I'm also really interested to hear, because I work as a data engineer, but I used to be a data scientist before. So most of the people in my circle are, for lack of a better word, they are older Gen Zs or proper millennials or even Gen Xers. But having a discussion with somebody much younger, or not that younger, but I'm not old. But, but you know, having a discussion that at least is still in school, but you still have the advantage of, is it calmness or like, because once you
I'm
come out
comfortable.
into the full world, man,
You're
everything
still
is hitting at
comfortable,
you, buzz, and you have to think on your feet and all that. So how do you see, first, how do you see the Nigerian tech space, and how do you see AI and all of that?
Yeah, I actually I'm actually really, really proud of the Nigerian tech space. Like, I feel like it's beyond, like, if, let's say, someone was just looking at Nigeria, looking at every other part of Nigeria, right?
Yeah.
And you try to, someone asks them, okay, what do you think is going on in tech? They wouldn't think it's as good as it is now. Because, like, I feel like 1 in 10 people you meet are trying to build something, like, at least the people I meet are trying to build something that is, like, actually interesting in tech or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, but, like, for me, building a unicorn, I don't know, like, so the thing that I already have the mindset that if what I'm doing right now isn't exactly what is going to make, like, become a unicorn.
It's going to be a stepping stone.
Yeah, I feel like everything I've been doing
Yeah.
is just leading me on to somewhere. Like, cause like I literally, like, when I first did it, like, most people didn't really like it. Actually, honestly, because like they were saying like they didn't really like it. Always I fine tuned it now, but they didn't really like it at first. But at the same time, over the summer, the people I spoke to about literally, it made them look at me different. I meet one founder out here, someone I'm trying to obviously connect to him and stuff. It's not everyone in Nigeria is just gatekeeping now. He doesn't want to answer me. By the time I talk about it properly, the way he looks at me just changes. So I feel like
it's a bit more serious.
yeah, it's a bit more serious now. So I feel like everything I'm doing is like already leading me on to that point. Because if I'm not thinking about coding, I'm coding. So that kind of stuff. So I feel like I'll get there. I feel like I'm going to get there like soon.
Definitely. Because again, experiences like this compound, right? Especially as an engineer, like most people don't care about your degree or your specialization. They care about what can you actually build and what can you master, especially in a day where people literally can use GPT to even learn how to code, right? Do you have any questions for him before I go on?
Yes, I do. I have a lot of questions. So when Adeolu had don't worry, my questions are concise.
Okay.
When Adeolu had said like, okay, we're going to be talking about AI and all stuff like that. Funnily enough, around that time, there's been I've been having internal dialogues myself around this AI thing, right? Yeah. And my first question, right, is that what do you think that AI is a solution to our problems in Nigeria?
Nigeria is very complicated. So things don't work as they should normally. Like if something is actually a solution, there's going to be another problem that will come. But I feel like the fact that we have so many problems in Nigeria, it actually makes more room for more AI solutions. Like I was thinking about it. I was telling someone, they were not answering me, they were telling me that it's probably not possible. I was like, there's so much traffic in Lagos. Like AI can solve this thing. They were looking at me like, what are you saying?
Okay, go on.
I'm interested to hear that.
I was like, I know we have a bad culture of saving data in Nigeria. Or like, let's say, for instance, let's say there are street cams everywhere and there's like proper structured data on all the like traffic and stuff. Like, you can, let's say, this is just an example of like how the products can be. It can be, okay, let's say I wanted to get here by 10, right? I'm coming from Lekki. What time should I leave my house? What's the best time to leave my house that would meet the least amount of traffic? Based on, like, you already know that maybe 9:30 to 9:35 for the past 10 years, there's always been this small, like, you get now. So I feel like AI can solve anything in Nigeria. But I know that wouldn't work because of how Lagos is. But let me see Lagos, because of how Lagos is, there'll be some issue that'll come up. But I feel like it's still leading us to Did you know somewhere?
Yeah, so one of the things you said is the reason why I had asked that question, right? So for the past couple of days, one thing that I've said is that I think this AI this AI craze, right, is a wave. And a lot of people are just riding the wave because they want to make money, right? But like talking to you, like that was one of the things I wanted to gauge. But like talking to you right now and listening to you, I know that's not it for you, because of the fact that when I hear someone is like, oh, doing AI, first of all, I'm a bit not apprehensive, but I'm
skeptical.
I'm not skeptical. I'm like, I'm going to be like, okay, let me hear what this person has to say. I don't find the fact that you're doing AI interesting. I want to know how are you thinking about it and what exactly is your approach to doing it. Mainly because of one thing you had said, right? If we had the infrastructure for data, right? AI can do a lot. But the issue is we don't. So a lot of people are like, oh, AI for this, AI for that, AI for this, AI for that.
Almost every startup
we don't
now
have
is using.
we don't have the, at least to the best of my knowledge, we don't have the infrastructure for AI to actually do what people think it's supposed to do.
I agree.
And when I hear someone say like, oh, they're doing AI for this, they're doing AI for that, I'm like, bruh, like, okay, what is the first principle of this problem you're trying to solve? If you go down to the first principle of it, you'll realize you don't need AI for it, at least not at this stage.
It's just beyond even just infrastructure. It's also industrialization. Like Nigeria, I will always say Nigeria skipped a lot of industrialization, and we might be surviving without it, but there's a reason why everything is still messed up, right? Because even look, let's take the road traffic cam, because this was back in 2019. Somebody in our department even did a final year project on that. I remember, I think Abega also used computer vision to count the number of cars per mile. Well, Lagos is trying now. There are a couple of cameras here and there, but there's still a lot more, right? I'm not even sure if we don't have on-prem servers in Lagos or in Nigeria to begin with, because I remember sometime last year I was at a Google event and MTN was talking about their plans to build their data center in Nigeria, which would probably be the first private one, right? We still lack a lot of that. Do you want to do that? Would the government even want to pay money to be hosting on AWS or GCP for all of that? Convincing themselves as a worthy spend. There's a lot involved, but it would be great, right? But I've been obsessed with the startup space for a long time, and there are loads of startups I've seen come and go, and they've kind of failed. A number have failed because of your business model can work in San Francisco, no doubt, but it cannot work in Lagos.
Nigeria,
Don't dull yourself. There are so many. I've seen the ones for, I know there's hotels.ng, that's still calm, but then there was one they were doing for real estate. I followed those guys for a while until they packed up shop, right? Where you can find all these housing agents, you can find all the houses rather yourself, rent and everything. Well, we know how Lagos is now. Do you know how much money agents make? Just from inspection fee alone to carry you to Yaba to take an apartment. So they kind of killed the model, right? So like there's a lot of things, like the trust factor is still my biggest issue.
So I think, so one thing I would want to say and just put it out there, you can correct me if you think I'm wrong, right? I've started to think of first principle, right? If you think about the Nigerian experience, no matter your age, right? As human beings in Nigeria and largely Africa, we're still at the very first principle of human existence: survival.
Fair.
We're still at survival. If you look at, for instance, Europe, right? The system is set up in such a way that you can survive. You're not thinking about survival. So you are a step further to like, okay, how can I make something of my life? But a lot of people are surviving here. So that's why people are making money off being house agents, right? That's why people are making money off being like POS agents, right? That's why people are making money off like the things that you would think that is how is this a job? Or not like is like kind of like putting it down, but in a structured society, this would not necessarily exist, right? So a lot of people are doing things like to survive. And because we're in that space, a lot of business models fail. Because human beings would bend the rules just to survive.
Yeah.
And that's what you see here. So it now goes back to the trust factor. Because a lot of people are trying to survive, they bend the rules. That's why there's a very low trust factor. Like, I can't go to a shop and say, okay, I want to buy something and trust that person will not swindle me. There was somebody was ranting. I don't know. At one point, I heard somebody ranting one time where she went to buy plantain, right? And the person selling the plantain, when she thought the buyer was not looking,
Tried to swindle her.
took like one plantain out of the bunch, right? And she was just like, why? Why? But then if you understand that at the very rudimental like level of the human existence, if you are trying to survive, right, a lot of vices go.
Yeah.
And that's why we are badly behaved in this country, because a lot of people are trying to survive. A lot of things are let go. A lot of things go on, right? So that's just to put it out there. That's a fundamental reason why a lot of business ideas, a lot of business models fail, because people are in survival mode. Survival mode allows vices to go on. Vices basically kill any predictability structure you can put in place, because human beings will bend the rules.
Yeah. I agree with that.
No, yeah, I mean, but my issue with that is that in Nigeria, although survival is a huge issue, we've also used as like an excuse to have decayed morals, right? And it's a slippery slope, because once one or two things become justifiable because of hunger, a lot of things are justifiable. Look at the Agbero problem in Lagos, man.
Yeah.
Locals.
Like, it went from
Locals.
What?
Locals.
Oh, locals. What do we call them now?
They are the locals. They're the locals in the area.
They are calling every local an Agbero like that.
No, they are still Agbero.
They are street boys. Let's just call them.
I would agree to that.
Right, and it went from being, because I remember I grew up in Lagos all my life. Now they were passive. It's just they hail you. Now it's almost like you're right. I'm going to a wedding. I park my car. I should pay them. You don't even own the road. What am I paying you for? You're not guarding it. If any real threat came to your life, you will run away before even thinking of my car. But you expect me to pay you. Well, ahead of the foolish ones that will stand at pedestrian bridges. So people want to cross over. You pay them for a building they didn't install. They have no rights. It's just insane. Right? But yeah, let's not dwell on Lagos problems today. That's not why we're here. I was gonna ask you something, man. So I can never forget 2022. Finishing school and everything came crumbling down. That was the year GPT came out. Awesome. Same year FTX crashed. That was still the year when I was still into crypto financially. And I learned a lot of painful lessons. Right? And so much chaos was happening, and then layoffs started. And I kept asking myself, why did I study this course in the first place? Like, who sent me into this industry? Because unfortunately that year I also got laid off from the startup I was working at. And it was just a lot of crazy things. And then when the whole GPT bubble came out, AI became crazy. The number one question people kept asking was, is AI going to replace us? Right? Obviously now, I'm much older. I understand that it's not that deep, at least to me, because I know a lot of these models, they are trying, but there's still a lot of hallucinations and all. But for you that are still in school, how do you see it? How do your classmates or your friends see it? Like, what do you guys think the future is going to be like? Future of work?
Like after I leave school.
Exactly, after you leave school. With the whole AI bubble coming for loads of people's jobs.
Yeah. I think the whole AI thing it just makes you work harder. It just makes it harder to succeed, in my opinion. But it doesn't make it impossible, honestly. Like, it makes me work harder, honestly. I just say I don't think that there's going to be any. I mean, I actually don't think I'm going to start applying to jobs when I leave school. I think I'm going to continue working on my stuff. But I'm not even working on my stuff. AI is also actually actually making some new stuff for my alertly stuff. Maybe like you can like verify some news. But now I've already seen that ChatGPT can actually
do that.
Yeah, do real time stuff. So I'm like, okay, fine, no problem. But like, I don't think it's going to. I don't really, because I use AI a lot. I don't rate it that much, honestly. I don't think it's such a
it's not
fascinating
like
thing
if
when you
you're-
actually know how it works.
If you're a developer and engineer, you know at the core that this thing is very stupid. Because there are sometimes you ask it some questions and you're working on some domain specific things, and once it turns out nonsense, you just close it down.
Yeah, you know
you
it's
just
turning out
focus on
nonsense.
your own.
So it's just like another use case, right? So so I'm someone that like I'm very in the past year I say it a lot that I've grown so much in my faith, right?
Okay.
And one thing that used to be, I won't say it was a problem, but one thing I knew that I would have to like switch was the type of music that I listen to, right?
Okay.
And I was talking like I was just mentioning before we started recording that I want to go into music for myself, not like I want to push out to anybody.
money or
I want to like do it for myself, mainly because of the fact that I realized a lot of people that are Christian, like Christian or gospel, like not Christian people that are putting out music, not necessarily gospel, but like Christian music producers or like artists. I don't really vibe with their music, mainly because like it's there's I've had so like years of dopamine
Rush.
no, not dopamine rush, because I pay attention to my brain a lot. So when something like hits a spot in my brain, I know. So I know. I tell people this. I can tell if I'm going to like a song from the first 3 seconds of the song, right? Like no matter what point of the song you play for me, from the beginning, I would know if I would like it. And I realize it's because of there are certain, and that's why I want to study musical theory. There's a way that they do the production that it hits the specific spot in my brain that I know that this thing has a hook on me.
Okay.
And a lot of Christian music doesn't do that for me, right? Okay. So I'm like, okay, I have this issue. How do I solve it for myself? Wait, why did I start this thought? You were saying something. You were saying something. AI. Yes. Yeah. So yesterday I had this thing where there's this thing called 3-step in our I'm Afro House, I'm a piano and 3-step. It's like a spin-off of I'm a piano, and I really like that genre, but I don't understand a lot of what they are saying. And yeah, the music is good, the vibe is good, but like the words matter to me a lot. So like I was going through songs. I like this vibe. I'll take a screenshot of like parts of the lyrics, the name of the song, the producers. I'll sync, like give it to Gemini, and Gemini and I were going through this whole thing of like, okay, what does this song mean? What are they saying? What's the essence of this song? And at a point, I felt like, okay, he understood what I was looking for, and I was like, okay, give me a list of like artists that fit this vibe, and then the list he gave me, I was just like, God, like. You're dumb. Literally, I was just like, bro, this thing is like this is one of the times where I'm just like, nah, this thing is dumb.
You know what I hate the most about GPT is when you ask it a question or feed it a prompt, gives you an answer, like, no, but this is wrong. Oh, sorry, my bad.
Even if it's correct,
I was using you for
even if it's correct, once you see that this stuff is wrong, you're going to be like,
and it just shows, right? It shows basically the way ML models do work at the end of the day is what it feeds you. Because I was watching Slide Bean the other day. They're one of like my favorite analytic shows in the US, and we're talking about Amazon's hiring, right? Because now a lot of HR are also using AI to hire people, to filter through CVs and pick the best talents. But again, all of these things are fed on data. So if you already have a bias as an HR professional, and your data is what's used to train the model, it's still going to faff. And that's exactly what happened to Amazon, because previously they had been hiring largely men and white male, right, of a certain age and caliber. So when they fed into the model, obviously, people of color were filtered out. A lot of women were filtered out. And that is the result they were getting, because that's what the AI was trained with. And that's what a lot of people don't realize. Like, data quality matters like mad. If it's not there and you just use anyhow to train a model, I'm scared of the faith people have in AI, right? Or basically, just call them LLM models, right? It's scary faith with a lot of ignorance. Because these things they're not human. Like, we are so far away from HDI, which is AGI rather, artificial general intelligence. We are so far from what you see in movies like iRobots or RoboCop. So people need to calm down.
And we are also so far away from. So LLMs are, what they do is that they amplify, right, the sheer power of our brain's processing power.
Yeah.
So the LLMs are data processors. They process data faster than our brain can.
Yeah.
And they have like, so in computer science terms, there are like a lot of nodes, right?
Yeah.
There are a lot of nodes with a lot of different information and can connect the dots between a lot of nodes, which our brain does.
Yeah, it's modeled after the brain. That's why they
Exactly.
call them neural networks.
Yeah, it's modeled after the brain. But then they're still so far away from the human intelligence, like what human intelligence is. I'm not talking about like, oh, your IQ or how, because IQ is literally your brain's processing power. That's what
fair.
your IQ is, your intelligence quotient is, like how well you process information, how fast you process information, how well you synthesize information. LLMs do that, right? But the human intelligence, being able
To factor in nuances.
exactly
To think on the spot. 'Cause I think it was still when we were in school, we were having that discussion on, I think one airport, there's a particular airport in the world, I can't remember which one, where it has, I think at your baggage claim or so, there's, okay, it was in class, I think it was Dr. Yena too, right? It helps to guard people from walking across the lawn or walking across certain areas, but it's not smart enough. So it just kind of pushes people away. And I think there was a particular time when a baby or a child was walking across, and if that thing swatted, that child could have gone. And that just shows you the clear difference between a human being or if a security guard was there. Obviously, nobody passes this way. You push them, but you have the intelligence to know that this.
Okay, how do I manage this
This is
situation?
not a threat. This is a literal human being.
Yeah.
That probably doesn't have enough cognition to know that. But yeah, before we end the episode,
One more thing, right? One more thing to talk about the human intelligence. So in that same class, I remember that she had mentioned that specific airport, they were having issues with the wait time for baggages.
Oh, okay.
When people like want to collect their baggage when they descend from the plane, right? And they were trying to solve it. Do you know what the solution was?
Oh.
Park the plane far away from the entrance and have people walk towards the towards the baggage area.
Okay.
So they found that it takes around 10 minutes to get the baggage from the plane to the baggage area. It takes roughly 7 to 8 minutes for people to walk there. That was the solution. Like by the 8 minutes mark, people now get there. 2 minutes they've gotten their baggage, they're out.
Yeah, people are
But
very
LLMs can't tell you that, okay, this is what you should do, because it's a human being that will look at the situation and like, why don't we do it this way? LLMs, you have to feed it with so many data points before it's not like, okay, you can try this, you can try that, you can try this, but still a human being that has to like
like you have to think outside the box, which is really the fear, right? Like it's always my fear with these things. But yeah, like I was saying, we have gotten to that time of the episode, right, where each person picks their challenge cards and acts it out. So who wants to start first? Yeah.
Why me? Okay,
so go like this.
So this says Afrobeat vibes. Freestyle a quick dance move to an Afrobeat beat. Someone in the group taps out too. So now the reason why I said this is so me is because I love to dance. So like this is not hard for me.
Okay.
Absolutely not hard for me.
So does somebody need to drum for you? Or
Someone should I can I play a song or something?
Is that not going to affect the audio?
Copyright.
Okay. Okay. Let me see. Okay.
Let me go last now.
Well, tell us what did you?
Okay, mine says party. Pretend you're chilling at the spa, but NEPA just took lights. So I'm going to use Olu's glasses to like represent cucumbers on my eyes. Okay.
You won't say anything.
I won't. I don't think I will say anything, honestly. I wouldn't react. I was just
Yes,
like,
now because we're so used to it.
like I'm like, oh yeah, no,
Yeah,
like you don't be no, like don't be no.
it's sad, but it's true.
I want to just
Mine says take a bite of munchit and then show your hardest Odogu pose. And I know this is a millennial that wrote this. Because what?
double pose.
Okay, the thing that comes to mind is that cringe youthful movie where I don't know if you watched it, where they're like, is it Achalugu or so? Odogu Parara. Okay. Oh, you came prepared. First. I'll need a phone. But say pose, that's gonna be tough. But I know people men always have multiple phones in their hands, you know. And I had my container has landed. Right? So nothing too serious. So just like 10 million. And we're expecting like 50 million next week. So yeah. Are we good?
So I've won, Abby. I've won.
You won.
I've won.
Sha, you
I've
won,
won
you
now.
won.
I've won now.
Because of the
Of course
dance
now.
moves. It's just because of the dance
It
moves.
was.
But yeah, interesting. We have some time on our hands. Do we play another round?
Yeah. I'm done.
Alright, cool.
Okay.
Let's shuffle again.
Hey, wait, who should go first? now?
I'm going last because I'm going to win again.
Okay. All right, this is easy. So my next challenge says, Omo, your data don't finish mid Zoom call. Act how you explain yourself to your boss without looking broke. That's simple now. Hello? Yeah, Abi Bafa. Omo, I don't know what's happening. MTN has been down all day. I swear. Ask Ayo. Even Ayo too. You noticed that Ayo was not talking on the call that time, right? Yeah, right. It's not just me, honestly. It can't be just me. Honestly, I don't know what I'll do. Maybe I'll go to a workstation. But that means that I won't be able to attend the rest of the meeting, but let's just say in like 3 hours time I'll be there. Honestly, you know how Nigeria is now. It's not today.
What if your boss was a white boss?
Even easier. Sorry, it's Nigeria. Our national grid breaks down like every 2 days. So honestly, happen again. There's really nothing we can do. But from what I've heard, the state governor is.
Don't let Mr. Pinnick catch you. You are defacing Nigeria.
Now me they cause the national grid. But yeah. Who's next?
Mine says downfall survival. Act out arguing with a conductor who owes you 50 naira change. Like, what was this now?
I'm sorry, 50 naira.
That's arguing. Like, how for my change now? I'll give my change now. Like, my change 50 naira now. You guys now like, I'm not gonna give you a change. So I'm like, no, you guys give me my change now. I'll fight you now. I don't know. I can't I'll just leave, guys. I'll leave.
Well, I'm not going to lie.
Like,
I'll just leave. So, guys, let me tell you, this is another dance challenge. So I'm gonna win again.
How are you always picking dances?
I'm gonna win again.
Let's
so
see.
this is do any trending TikTok dance while chewing munchies.
What trending TikTok dances do we have?
Now, this is the point where I have to choose. And it's very hard to choose. Okay, so there are two.
Okay.
I think I'm just gonna, I know the one I'm going to do, but I'm going to have to play the sound again.
But, okay.
I'm going to have to play the sound.
But what TikTok dance is this?
I think it's Marvel.
No.
Oh. Okay, I know the Marvel meat pie.
Okay.
Nah, it's not that one I want to do.
Baby.
Okay.
Tell me I want something from you.
What's that? Marvel.
Sorry, what got? Fast. The money cost starts. Fast. Sorry, what got?
We won now.
Fast.
We won now.
The money cost starts.
Because I don't know this dance.
Resume
We are
that.
not funny people now.
Spending money like it's nothing. Show fake back anybody. Oh, yeah, play the bedroom, make we jembe. Yeah, yeah.
Didn't do the better one.
No, this was added the rap. That's
The simple, right? Okay, fair.
your hits.
Hips. But that's not fair because that means dancing means everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Who told you not to dance? Who told you not to know how to dance?
First.
I like how nobody argued with me.
I beg you. We'll have a different scoreboard for dancing next time. Yes, it's not fair. But yeah, I think you guys should also let us know in the comments who did better in each challenge, right?
I feel like I did pretty fair.
Yeah. Okay. Let's exclude
For
me.
the spa one, I like that.
Exclude me.
Yeah, for the spa one you did. For that conductor, Mo, they won't answer you. Those guys, I wonder you're going to be like Womida or something like.
Okay, I shall say that.
Yeah. But yeah, I think this was fun. Remember the old game we used to play?
I think is it the
Okay, fairs. So we're already running out of time, but this was a really interesting episode. I feel like this episode is more for like, let's say, AI nerds, right? Because most people might not be a fan of the jargon, but I'm pretty sure you learn one or two things, really. And, well, check out Tona on IG, TikTok, YouTube. Where else are you?
LinkedIn.
Fair. I mean, bring the jobs coming, really. And yeah, I really hope you learn one or two things. Main character, do you have anything to say before we do?
So there's one thing that one of my like tenets in life, right? That my uncle like told me growing up.
Yeah.
Right? And he had described it this way. Only if the old could and the young knew. Basically, old people, they have the wisdom, but they don't have the energy to do. We, the young people, we have the energy, but we don't necessarily have the wisdom to do. So, this is just for whomever, that you should have a lot of sensible adults in your life that you trust to guide you.
Yeah. That was very Passepartout Maguire-ish. Love it. Anyways, guys, we'll catch you on the next episode. Bye.
Bye, guys.